The first 7 days of a folding phone are unlike the first 7 days of any other phone you've ever had before. And in the past, I've gone from Android to iOS or from iOS to Android, but even that doesn't quite compare to getting your first folding phone. The closest comparison I can make for those who are old enough to remember, it's like going from a mobile phone to your first smartphone. There are a lot of new habits that you develop and new abilities that you realize as you go along and as you use it for your everyday. It's a whole new learning curve. There'll be times like scrolling through your home screen and you're going through social media and then you look at a picture and you think, hey, wait, I can make this bigger. I could just open my phone and see the picture bigger and it's just there, ready for you when you do it. It actually feels new and fresh for the first time in a long time. Now, ordinarily, when you get a new phone, you set it up, and after a couple of days, it's just another phone, it's just another slab, it's just another slightly redesigned, slightly better, slightly brighter screen, but it's still the same core concept, but this feels different entirely. A big part of that is having two different screens. Let me just mute this. So of course on the Fold you have that large slim screen on the front, which is great for one-handed use, and it is really nice to hold. It's slim, it's easy to wrap your hand around, and it's great for scrolling through Twitter or Facebook, but it's not so great for checking emails. So after a few days of using it, I changed up my home screens, and again, this is something that you don't get with anything else, but being able to have two different home screen layouts. On my main front display, I've got Samsung Health, and I've got the app that I use for scanning my sensor to check my blood sugars with my diabetes, because they are two of the most frequently used apps that I use. And I've also got Google, and then I've got a folder for music, so Spotify and YouTube Music, and also Audible. That falls into that category as well. And then I've got browser, messages, phone, and camera, just like you normally would. And I've got a social media folder as well, just for that little bit of procrastination when I'm waiting in a queue or whatever. Then on the next page, I've got things that I'd have quick access to and things that I just want to see and get to quickly, like Costa app and the banking app and things like that. Basically, to sum it up, on my front screen, I have a load of apps that I want to use quickly when I'm on the go, one-handed. But then on the larger screen, I want something different. So although at the moment I still get the same wallpaper, because I like having the stock built-in wallpapers straight away. They're what were designed for the device, and I like how it takes advantage of the fact that it's the same design but slightly different to accommodate for the bigger screen. So I'm enjoying it at the minute. Yeah, so then on the inside I've got like a folder for reading. So I've got like my Kindle app, my Kobo Books app, and my Google Play Books app, because this is like a perfect Kindle size. It's flawless and it's brilliant for reading ebooks on. I've also got a watch folder. I'm not going to use that on the outside because I don't want to watch Netflix on that small screen, but I do want to watch Netflix and Disney Plus on the bigger screen on the inside. Then I have the Google Play Store. I've got Microsoft Office for checking emails, because again, I don't want to check emails on that small display. So having them two different separate screen layouts for depending on what I'm going to use the device for in the moment and what I'm doing at the moment, it's perfect, it really is. And it makes me a lot more intentional. So when I'm doing something like checking emails, I've got my phone and I've got the big display and I'm going through, I'm replying, I'm doing what I need to do. And when I fold it and it's locked and it's off, it's like a job done, phone down, task accomplished sort of feeling. It stops me from using my phone just like mindlessly scrolling and doing whatever I'm doing after I've done what I wanted to do. The same for when I open it and I know bottom right, my email apps are there. So I've changed the way I use my phone entirely. Yes, this is just another Android phone on Samsung, but it feels different and it's changed the way I use my phone and the way I think about my phone. The other thing that's different is you can't stop feeling like it's fragile. Now I am gradually, slowly, after just over a week now, starting to realise I can slam it shut and I don't have to hold it like it's about to crumble in my hand like an old relic. I'm starting to be a bit more, I'll just put it on the table, I can just throw it in my pocket, a bit more relaxed with it. Obviously over time that's just going to get more and more, and that's fine, and we'll see how it fares up. But to me this is a brand new type of device that I've not used before, so I don't want to push too many boundaries straight away and just kind of jump into it and break the device straight away. On that note of getting to know the device and getting to know its limitations and its capabilities as well, is the battery. Now, going from the Note 20 Ultra, which didn't have the strongest battery life, to a device that's got two 120Hz displays on, I was very concerned about the battery and very reluctant to leave the house without it being on 100% charge. But I've been pleasantly surprised over the last week. This has actually outperformed the Note 20 Ultra in battery life. But you can't help but feel, using that bigger screen and it constantly going between them and having a high refresh rate, how thin it is, and it only being a 4,400 milliamp hour battery, you can't help but think, hey, this is going to be a weak performing battery. But it's been brilliant, and I can't fault it. So far so good. Probably the most heartbreaking part of having the Fold over the first week, though, that I have noticed, is the outside world just isn't ready for it. When you first go into your car and you go to put your phone in the phone holder, and you realise it's not going to go in there, it doesn't fit, it's too thick for the bit underneath to hold it, and it's too narrow, and then try maybe open up and it doesn't go wide enough. Or when you just go to a local shop and you think, I'm going to buy my case for a phone, nope. You're not going to walk into a store and find a case for this at any time. And even most cases that you do find just aren't going to be good at all, because I don't know, it's a unique design to make a case for. I don't do flip cases. I don't want anything that covers the screen. So I am still on the hunt for the perfect case, so stay tuned for that. But all the habits that you used to have, that where you used to keep your phone, the phone holders you've got, the phone stands, the tripod mounts, even like a lot of jean pockets just don't fit this phone. And you don't really realise until you're going about your everyday life and you start to use it, and then you hit a stumbling block. But all that said and done, even with them slight negatives, even with the crease down the middle that you can see and you can feel, even with the terrible under display camera, which again you can notice, you can see, it's definitely been great. And so far, I have zero regrets with this phone. I can't fault it at all. I love everything about it. Stay tuned for the full review, because the verdict is still out. It does have its downsides, but I'm ready. I don't think I can go back to a normal phone after this. I was a Note fanboy before, and I was reluctant to try this. But now I'm scared. I'm stuck in the folding bubble now. Going back to a normal phone after this would be difficult. But that could change. It's early days and I'm still in the honeymoon phase, so stay tuned for the full review. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button if you enjoyed this video, and subscribe if you want to see more about the Fold in the future. Look at that bad boy.